Okay, welcome back to Art with Mr. G. Today we are going to draw this Mandalorian helmet. Let's say hi to everybody. Hi everybody, hope you're doing all right. I miss you guys. I sure would like to be back in the art room. But again, today I'm in my living room. And we will get started as I get this positioned. Get it in focus. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw this Mandalorian helmet. Now this was just a sketch I did, so I'm going to put that aside. And I'm going to try to do a little bit better than that. I don't know if many of you have seen The Mandalorian, but it's a really cool show on Disney Plus, which I just got through Verizon, and my subscription to Verizon allowed me to get that for free. So we're going to draw that right here. Here's my helmet. This is a Mandalorian helmet. It's actually well, you can't see it very well because I can't get far enough away, but it's my Boba Fett helmet. I am a big Star Wars geek. I really love everything Star Wars. So this Mandalorian, when it came on, I had to see it, and it is an awesome show. I can't wait till season 2 starts. I saw a preview, and that should be coming out pretty soon. Baby Yoda is one of my favorite characters there, and we've done a picture of Baby Yoda before. So we're going to start out with this Mandalorian helmet, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw an upside down U, or a half of a circle. Now you could cheat a little bit. It's not actually cheating, but you can help yourself if you get something like a bowl and you can put that on there, and you could trace half of the circle like this. Now I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to use a bowl. I'm going to, again, make a circle, and we're going to keep the edges equal distant from the edges of the paper. So I'm going to picture a circle here, and then I'm just going to sketch with a pencil kind of like that. So once I've got that in place, instead of a circle, I'm going to bring this down. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start with just the upper half of the circle. So you really want to start out with a half circle. Like that. Just the upper half, not the bottom half. And then there is a line that goes straight across. And so you're going to draw a line going straight across. That's how the helmet starts out. Okay? Then we are going to draw the middle line right here. It's about 2 fingers wide. My fingers are a little wider than yours, so mine are a little bit too wide, but it's going to be about here and here. You're going to have the part of the helmet that comes straight down. Try to draw as straight a line as you can, and then another one parallel to that, and that'll be a good start. Then it actually has a raised top like this. So if you just draw those lines and make that raised, it'll look like it's a little higher than the helmet. And then down here at the bottom, it also does the same thing. It comes down and in on both sides and then across. So just do your best to follow along. If you need to pause at any moment just to slow down and catch up, you can. And then we're going to make a very thin line there and there. So this looks like it's kind of raised, and it's the middle part of the helmet that protects the forehead of the helmet. Then we're going to bring another line directly across right under this, pretty close to it, just like this, all the way across. Whoop, I got that a little bit too close, but that's all right. We can make a little mistake. So connect that to there. And then the next part is going to be where and I'll show you the picture again. That's going to be where the glass part of his helmet comes out. So it's going to be about a little bit wider than this. So we're going to come a little bit out from here, from that line, and we're going to put a little dot there. And then we're going to go a little bit outside of that line and put a dot there. And this eye, the place where he can see his visor, goes a little bit from thick to a little thinner. So we're going to make a line, a diagonal line that goes like that. And then one on the other side that goes like that. And then he's got this long part where the nose and the mouth would be. It's going to come, here's the middle. I'm going to draw, you know what? I'm going to take a pencil, and you should do the same thing. And just draw something so you can see the middle of this mask, because it's going to be symmetrical. And it's going to come down to about this far. So it's going to come down farther than double that circle. It's a little bit farther than that. You're going to use most of the paper. So this is where the bottom comes to, right about like this. It's about 1 inch long. And you're going to make a line there. And then again, this has a little diagonal line that goes in like that. And this one also goes in like that. And then, and if you want to use a ruler, you can, or you can just try to draw a straight line, but actually it's going to help me if I connect those two ends with a straight line using a ruler. And then this one, same thing. A nice straight line like this. So that'll be part of the helmet. Then, this gets a little tricky, but we're going to bring this line down, straight down a little bit. And the same thing over on this side. This is a little bit of a trickier drawing, so it might be for older kids, you know, 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th, 6th. I do recommend if you're in kindergarten, 1st or 2nd, give it a try. You know, you're always going to get better and better as you keep practicing. We need to make a arch that goes up and out like this. So we're going to practice that, and you can do it with pencil if you'd like. You know, it's always good to practice with pencil. This follows this line, pretty much comes straight up like that at the angle. And then when it gets to right about here, it flares out like this. So now that I've got that penciled in, I can easily trace that line like this. And I'm going to try to do the same thing on the other side. Again, come in and then down right to there. Follow that line up. That looks pretty good, so I will go ahead and trace that as well. Again, I mentioned the word symmetry before. We're trying to make this symmetrical and make it look like it's the same on both sides. Do your best to do that. Now, these are actually going to be like cheekbones in here, or not bones, but like the cheek part of the mask. So we're going to bring a line in. Actually, let's do this. Let's have this go up about the same distance as this comes down. This goes up. So we're going to go just like that, right about to there. And on the other side, we're going to bring it to the same height and the same width. So we're going to go right about here. And we're going to make a line like that. Okay, and then from there, we're going to make kind of a triangle that connects here, 1, 2, and then right about here, 3. So we're going to make a triangle that goes like this, 1, straight down to that, 2, and over to there, 3. Okay, and then we do the same thing on the other side. So again, we go straight down, and then triangle on this side is going to be the same too. There and there. Okay, and we're almost done. This is going to be a flare that kind of, or arch that comes like this and connects there. And this one does the same thing. It goes in and it connects there. So we're going to make this look three-dimensional later with a little bit of shading. And the last thing we're going to do is these little ear parts. So that starts right above where this band is here. And we make a little bit of an upside down U like that on both sides. Okay? And then we follow that straight down to right about this line, maybe a little bit under it, and we connect it like that. So same thing with this side. And then under that, there's another, a little bit smaller, so we're going to make it like a rectangle, a little bit smaller than, a little bit more narrow than this one. So we bring that down, try to make it the same as the other side. And then the last thing, this comes down and gets a little bit skinnier as it comes down to the tip. And we do the same thing over here, a little bit skinnier, and we connect it down. Basically, we are done. There's a little bit of a, can make this a little bit different shape. I wish I had an eraser. I wish I could erase Sharpie, but I can't. If anybody ever invents a way to erase Sharpie, they will be a millionaire someday. So now I'm going to use some a paintbrush and just some black paint to do some shading. So I'm just going to get some black paint on here. And this middle is going to be, well, that's brown. Huh. Let me see. That is not the paint that I wanted. Let me see if I can find. Here's a different paint set. Let me see if this one makes it. It's a brand new paint set, and I thought that was black, but it looks like it's more brown. So let's see if this black's gonna work here. It's a little bit more black, but boy, oh boy, these watercolors are very translucent, so they're not doing it as dark as I wanted to. Maybe I should have done this in marker, but I'm gonna make the best of what I've got here. So I'm gonna use the black paint. I might have to come over this later on with some darker black. I'm going to take my time, and I am going to carefully just use the tip of the brush so that you can do it real neatly. And I'm going to paint this in. Now when I get to a little bit of the middle of this, I'm actually going to leave that white. And I'll show you why. It's going to look more like a reflection because this is glass. So let me get a little bit more paint on here. And again, on this side, I'm going to stop so I do a reflection. Okay. Let's see if I can get this a little bit more dark. It's not really being very dark. So I'm gonna rinse off my brush. I'm just gonna get a watered down brush. And in this area, I'm just gonna kind of blend that together so it's more gray. Just bring those blacks together and you have like more of a gray area in there. And that way it looks a little bit more three-dimensional, like there's some roundedness to this. Now I'm also going to use this, and in this way I'm glad that this black is actually gray, because here I'm going to make some shadowing just to make it look more three-dimensional. So on the side, I'm just going to take the whole brush here and I'm going to bring it up like this and make a shadow. Just use the tip of the brush. and make a shadow on that side of the helmet. And if you want to make that shadow go from dark to medium to light in value, you rinse out your brush and you get some just water, and that last part you just kind of blend that into the white paper. And we're going to do the same thing on this side with all of the parts over here that should be rounded. So this is a round part of the helmet here. So I'm going to just do that with black. I'm going to whoops, I just made a mistake, but I'll fix it. I'm going to bring that in here like this. And I'm also going to do this down here like this. This part is flat, so I'm not going to do anything with that. That's a flat piece. But these other pieces are going to have some roundness to them, and they're going to have some dimension. So I'm going to rinse out my brush, get just water. I'm going to fix this one right away while it's still wet. Just going to bleed that together. And do the same thing right here, just watered down brush, and that makes it kind of more light gray. And then same thing right here, just bring that in like that. See how that works? Makes it look dark to medium to light. So it gives it some depth. I think the only part on the other side I'm going to do that with is on this side, kind of, whoop, I grabbed that brown again. Using the wrong paint. So I'm going to go up here with just one little stripe of gray here. And then I'm going to go over here and do this all gray, this whole thing here, because it's on the other side and it's casting a shadow on that area right there. So we're just going to make that kind of gray, like that. Let me see if I can make this darker. I don't know why this doesn't want to be dark black for me, but it just doesn't. So that looks like the Mandalorian helmet. And we can put some other shadowing in here. If you wanted to make this look a little bit more like Boba Fett's helmet, you could color it green and maroon. You can look up these images on Google. Just type in Mandalorian helmet, and then you can follow along. So it always helps me to look at something when I'm drawing it. If I'm looking at a picture of it, it really helps me a lot, and I know it'll do the same for you. So I'm going to stop right there. I've got some other great drawing things for you guys to do. So try this one out. Try the Mandalorian helmet. And I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great day.